Hey guys, welcome back to the Source Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the moves that the Yanks have made so far, evaluating them, and talking about some potential moves to come soon. So to start, we're going to kick it off with the biggest move possibly of the offseason so far with the acquisition of Juan Soto and Trent Grisham. So what do we think about that, Rob?
I think obviously this is a need at left field, and it was the best thing the Yankees could have done getting Juan Soto and Trent Grisham for depth. And this is an A-plus move. This one move puts the offseason at an A.
Yeah, I agree. Gave up a lot. Kind of killed our Yankee starting pitching in the farm system. Trading away Michael King sucked, but you got a gift to get, and you get one of, if not the best hitters in the game. You get a great depth piece in Trent Grisham. It's a great trade. Happy they made it. Yeah, definitely an A+, like you said.
And now talking about the Verdugo trade, this is also an A move. Had to happen. Need more left-handed bats, and gave him up for almost nothing. I think Greg Weissert was the best player in that deal, and I don't feel any love for him. He was obviously a decent player, but nothing that really
never really panned out.
Never would have had a spot on this team.
Yeah, I agree. The trade was Richard Fitz, Nicholas Judice, and Weissert. Verdugo, they've been looking at him for quite some time now. I think he's a great option in left field, lefty bat, lots of contact. Well, homer numbers might go up a little bit with the short porch. I think he'll thrive. I think it was a great trade, and we didn't really give up anything substantial. So, yeah, great trade.
All right. Now for the Florial trade. So for Esteban Florial, it was a move that had to get done. He had no position here. He's good. He's got a good future, but he wouldn't have played. And getting Courtney Morris is a good return.
Yeah, Florial out of options, had to get moved. It's just a matter of when. Morris, good return. Saw him in the playoffs. Looked good. Definitely some upside. Overall, pretty good move. Trey Sweeney trade. How do you feel about that?
I have mixed feelings, but more good than bad. Like Sweeney, I think he would have panned out well, but as a player, but not here, if that makes sense. He wouldn't have gotten any playing time. But I like this is a good move for both teams. Dodgers got better at shortstop, which is a need, and the Yankees got better in pitching department and the prospect department getting what's his name?
Yorbit Vivas.
Want to tell us more about him?
So he's a lefty hitting second baseman. The numbers in the minor leagues are pretty good so far. Definitely liking what we see. He was, I believe, number 10 in the Dodger system. He looks like a pretty solid prospect. Victor Gonzalez, who we also got, has shown signs of being very good in the past. Relatively hard-throwing lefty. Was injured last year. But, yeah, definitely hoping for a bounce back. Saved a lot of money not having to pay Wandy. Sweeney, like you said, was not going to get playing time here. Definitely a huge logjam in the minors at short. Lefty hitting shortstop was going to go well, but just not here. We'll move on to the Luke Weaver signing.
So for Luke Weaver, I like it as a sixth guy. He could pitch every if needed 6 to 8 if we're short on pitching and rest. Let him go out there. If he does bad, send him down. Not a big deal. I don't know. I feel like it was a decent move. I think that they made.
Cheap option. In the past has been good. Has been very bad. Gave up a lot of homers last year. When he came here, it was pretty good. Had 2 very great and notable starts. Showing flashes of being a good starter, but I like the move. It was cheap. He has the options to go up and down if we need him. He's just a depth move. That's it. And he was a cheap depth move that I like. Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to the big one. Marcus Stroman. How do you feel about Stroh to the Bronx?
So before he came, my thoughts were no, do not want him. Talk crap about our franchise, talk about our fans. But after giving a little thought, I'm actually really excited because we have no pitchers that really, besides Garrett Cole, that I'm not going to even say Garrett Cole because he does get pumped up, but no one No one gets more pumped up than Stroman after giving us 6 strong with 6 strikeouts and 1 run. He's that guy. He's gonna get the crowd pumped up, get them on their feet. It's what we're missing. He's a vet. I really like it.
Yeah, I agree. Did not cost as much as
No.
I thought it was going to cost. He turned down $21 million for the Cubs and took $18.5 to come here. So I think that just shows you he wants to be a Yankee. He wanted to be a Yankee all along. I think as long as he could muffle the feelings, just dial it down a little bit. I appreciate the enthusiasm he has. I think it's great on the field, but off the field it needs to just be taken down a little bit. It doesn't really fit in with the product the Yankees are used to putting out on the field. But I like the move all along. I like the idea of him. The ground ball rate in Yankee Stadium is going to play great. Yeah, I think it's a great signing.
All right, now we'll go on to potential signings. And I'll start off. I don't even know really if there's much they're going to do left, but I'm going to give you what I would do. And I got a couple things thrown up. For free agency, the one thing I would do is go get Blake Snell. But if you're going to go get Blake Snell, you're going to have to trade Clark Schmidt. Or I don't know if the Yankees don't want to put Clark Schmidt back in the bullpen. So if they get Blake Snell, he's likely going to be traded. So I say go get Blake Snell. And for trades, don't see them getting Dylan Cease anymore as they want Spencer Jones, and Spencer Jones should be untouchable. And they got to go make a play for Jesus Luzardo, as we saw a couple reports today. Arise Luzardo to be named available via trade. So I think if the Yankees could get a little offer, try to get Luzardo and Arise, I give up Torres, Pereira, Peraza, Schmidt, and whatever to get it done.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like Blake Snell. He said he wants to be here, but I think that was just kind of a media play, if I'm being honest. Because if he wanted to be here, I think the 5 years, 150 would have been enough. I think
especially $30 million
a year.
You can't turn that down.
You don't turn that down if that's where you want to be. Stroman wanted to be here. He took less. Snell, on the other hand, was offered $30 million for 5 years, and he said, no, I want more.
I think I know why he declined it. I took a little thought. He's 31. He probably doesn't want to go back on the market at 36.
Okay.
Because I don't think he'll be good at 36.
There's definitely a risk that comes along with Blake Snell. He's been a little on and off. I mean, relatively consistent pitcher, 2 Cy Young, so there's definitely, he's there. But there's a lot of innings on that arm. It's going to wear down eventually, and I think he does know, like you said, at 36, it's going to start to – the wear and tear is going to get to him, and he doesn't really want to be a free agent.
I think the team that's going to get desperate is the Angels, and I think he's going to get the biggest offer from them. Which is not a big deal if we get maybe one more starter, one more pitcher.
As far as Luzardo, I think the asking price is astronomically high.
You think so?
I definitely think so.
So you think that trade wouldn't go through?
As is, I don't know. I really don't know. I think they want a lot because he's young. There's a lot of years of control there, and he was phenomenal last year. I mean, the numbers might not say it, but if you watch the guy pitch, he was pretty damn good. And I mean, but the Marlins are willing to trade. They said anybody not named Yuri Perez is up for grabs.
It's ridiculous for a guy who just won the batting title to be available just because they don't want to pay him $2 million in arbitration. How are you going to be that cheap if you're a playoff team last year? You're going to cheap out and trade the guy who just won the batting title and trade a pitcher who was under years control. It doesn't make sense to me.
And
Miami at all.
That's why I think the trade you made up makes a lot of sense because there are a lot of guys with a lot of control and they're all very cheap. So a small market team like the Marlins could definitely afford that trade and it will ease their payroll even more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a good trade. But the one that I'm really looking forward to is where Josh Hader goes.
Oh, 100%.
Because if we could grab him,
if we can grab him,
that is that is over the top.
I
That
think we're the favorite for the AL.
because right now,
for the AL.
besides Clay Holmes, Tommy Kahnle, and Loizaga when he's healthy, what do we have that's really saying, wow, he's good? I mean, listen, Ian Hamilton had a great year last year. I'll give him that. But it's not consistent. Another guy, Nick Ramirez, had a good year last year, but do I trust him? No. Like, we got too many Matt Crooks floating around on our bullpen to the point where I'm like, is this team really going to go all the way? I like Victor Gonzalez. It was a good pickup. But he's a question mark.
Yes.
I like Scott Efros in a bullpen. He has a lot of years of control, and he gets out. But he's coming off Tommy John surgery. He's a question mark. So the bullpen needs to be improved, and Jordan Hicks signing with the Giants really does not help us.
All right. Now we'll go to our rotation. So for the rotation, we're just going to give you guys a rotation that we think it's going to be thrown out there. Realistically, what I think is going to happen, it's going to be Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, Marcus Stroman, Nestor Cortez, and Clark Schmidt. I do think Luzardo and Snell will be in play, but I think it's going to end up just being the way it is right now.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Every all season with the Yankees, there's a trade that goes down or a signing where it's like, oh, our rotation's done, but they still look to add, and usually it never ends up happening. But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to try.
You know, I would have liked the Stroman signing a lot more if it was building upon somebody.
Just like Yamamoto.
Yeah. Someone said that. I heard somebody. Yeah, that's a phenomenal point. You know, if you're adding Stroman on top of Yamamoto, that's a wow, holy crap offseason right there. But and listen, I still like the Stroman addition. I think it's a great addition to the team, but it's not to the point where I think our rotation is solidified. Rodon a question mark, Nestor a question mark, Clark just having his first full season on the mound, which don't get me wrong, wasn't bad, but
yeah, there was some question marks.
When you're 9-9 with a 4.64, you're not really raising eyebrows. The guy pitched 159 innings, which is good, but
we're gonna need some better production.
We need, I wouldn't say a veteran starter, but we need someone with a little bit of experience that's a little bit more proven.
Yeah.
That we're gonna have more confidence seeing him take the mound every fifth day
in a playoff game,
especially in a playoff game.
And I really don't think Clark Schmidt's gonna have to pitch in a really. It depends. You never know with the playoffs. There's always some guy that you don't think is gonna pitch. It ends up pitching.
Yeah.
But that's why he needs to be ready. But I really don't think we should rely on Clark Schmidt.
Yeah, he shouldn't be a number 5.
And the reason why I also don't want him to go to the bullpen is because we've seen the moments that he's had in
Cleveland. That was,
which I don't even blame the guy for going into a game in a playoff game like that. It was a poor decision from Aaron Boone. That's a different story for another day.
Yeah.
All right, now finally we'll go to the potential lineups. I have one written down here.
This is I think this should be opening day. I think it should be Verdugo playing batting first, playing left field. Soto batting second, playing right field. Judge batting third, playing center field. Rizzo batting fourth, playing first base. Stanton batting fifth, DHing. Oh my God! Hey, made a little mistake already. Verdugo twice. Sixth. Now this threw me off track. Want to give me your lineup so I can redo this? I was not even thinking here.
All right. So under the idea that it is the way it is, the way that I want it and the way it probably is going to be two different things. So I'm just going to tell you the way I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be DJ leading off at third. I think it's going to be Judge 2 in center, Soto in right, Rizzo at first, Stanton DHing, Verdugo in left, then Glaber at second, Wells behind the dish, and then Volpe at short. That's the way I think it's going to be. Okay. Personally, though, I think Verdugo should lead off.
He should.
He's just been more consistent in the past couple of years, and but if we do somehow swing a trade for Luis Ariz, that lineup completely switches. He's automatically in the leadoff spot,
6.
and that lineup is absolutely electric.
All right, I got mine here. I'll go. This is what I think, but obviously what Joe said is going to be what Aaron Boone throws out there because we know him and his funky ass lineups.
Yeah.
So I think I'll go Verdugo first and left. Soto with second playing right. Judge batting third, playing center. Rizzo batting fourth, playing first. Stanton batting fifth, DHing. Torres batting sixth, playing second. LeMahieu batting seventh, playing third. Wells catching eighth, and Volpe ninth, playing short. And obviously for the bench, I think Cabrera needs to stay on this roster. He's very versatile. Trevino needs to back up Wells. He's amazing behind the plate.
I think Trevino is definitely a lock to still be on the roster.
He's got to be a lock. Another guy, we'll go Peraza on the bench, and then we'll go Pereira to end that out.
Okay. Yankees made a lot of weird roster moves. Guys like Bubba Thompson, who I think for some reason have a chance to end up on this roster some way or another. But I agree with what you said for the bench. It's all up in the air just because of the trades.
You never know.
It's very up in the air.
Because all four of those guys could easily be involved in the deal.
And guys like Trent Grisham, he's gonna be on the bench.
I completely forgot about Trent Grisham.
So
that's another guy that's gonna have to be on this bench. He's getting paid $5.5 million.
And what are we doing with Ben Rortvedt? What
he's gonna be in AAA.
How much longer are we gonna keep Ben Rortvedt around? Like, the guy serves no purpose on the New York Yankees. He's not catching. I do not ever want to see him play first base. I genuinely don't want to see the last name Rortvedt on another Yankee lineup card. He can't hit. Listen, the guy catches a good game. I'll give him that, and Garrett Cole likes him. But you don't keep him around.
He's not a good hitter.
He's clogging up your roster, and he's not good. He was supposed to be good.
Yeah.
The guy's absolutely jacked. You would think he would be good, but he can't hit for shit. But one thing
he's fucking garbage.
One thing I will say I'm looking forward to, the comeback of Luis Gil, or Gil, however you say it.
Honestly, that's an underrated take.
I am very excited to see him come back. I've seen a couple clips of him throwing bullpens. He looks phenomenal. The velocity looks like it's back. The slider looks good. So, yeah.
I think what we just talked about, man, this is it. This has got to be the year. This has to be the year we put it all together.
All or nothing.
Soto might not be here next year, which is a joke, but I know. But you got to do what you got to do. We got to win it this year. If we're not going to win it this year, I mean, when are you going to win it?
They went all in.
They went all in.
You don't throw all those pieces together
Just
and get a guy like Juan Soto, knowing it's potentially a one-year deal, unless you think you're winning it all, or at least have a chance.
All right. That's going to conclude the fourth episode of Yankee Source. Obviously, we didn't post most of them because there was obviously some problems with technological issues. But I think this one's going to go up. Check our bio for the link. And we'll see you guys next one. It's likely going to be about the end of the offseason heading into the new year. So we can't wait for that. March 28th can't come soon enough.
Pitchers and catchers, February 14th.
We'll let you guys know. All right. See you later.